Punisher Comics. Come get some.
Greetings everybody, Punisher Comics here. It's Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time to talk movies. So, what movie will I be talking about today? Well, it's none other than Rocketman. But before I dive into the review of Rocketman, I'm going to give you two very short and sweet reviews of two other movies that I was going to do a full-fledged review on, but then I decided it would just take too much time, so I'll put it in here. First off, Hellboy, meh. I give it a 5 out of 10. Avengers Endgame, amazing. I give it a 10 out of 10. There you go. So today we're going to be talking Rocketman. Now, before I dive into my review of this movie, I know some of you out there have not seen it yet, so therefore, for those of you out there who haven't and do not want to hear a thing about this movie until you see it for yourself, I highly suggest you stop watching this video now. But if you want to kill some time, go take a look at one of my other movie reviews. Or maybe check out a comic book review. Be my guest. And of course, as I always say, for those of you out there who are not bothered by spoilers and whatnot, well, feel free to continue listening. Or watching. Or whatever. So, as usual, I'm going to give you the plot of the movie first, followed by my review. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the plot of Rocketman. Let me just get my notes here. Alright, so Rocketman is a musical fantasy about the rise of one of rock and roll's most iconic stars, Sir Elton John. That's it. That's the plot. So, the review. So, as of a little while ago, I mean, at the time of me recording this, Rocketman came out like almost a month ago. I know, I'm a little behind. Sorry. So, a little while ago, we have yet another celebration of a well-respected musician hitting theaters. And of course, there are bound to be comparisons to another recent musical extravaganza. Now, the most prominent similarities include the fact that the man who completed directorial duties on Bohemian Rhapsody officially directed the latest music bio. Point final. The other is that both films take a look at two of the most iconic figures in the history of rock and roll. And both of the figures just so happen to be gay. Yet, for the most part, that's where most of the comparisons should end. Rocketman is the story of Elton John. Yet instead of simply being a biopic, it's a musical journey inside the artist, his work, and the crazy life he led. And yes, when I say musical, I mean full-fledged, break out into song and tell a story type of musical. And more importantly, it really works. So early on in his life, Elton John, born Reginald Kenneth Dwight, and his family became aware that the boy was a musical genius, actually. Unfortunately for young Reggie, neither his mother or father seemed all that interested in his music, or their son in general. So dealing with the cold relationship he shares with his parents, Reggie continues to play music and ultimately meets one of the most important people of his career, his co-writer and best friend, Bernie Taupin. And as the two continue to create hit after hit, the lure of sex and drugs brings Reggie, who now goes by Elton John, on a downward spiral that nearly destroys everything in his life. So Rocketman explores Elton's early career and his many relationships with family, lovers, and friends, all while bringing his music to life brilliantly. So back in 2016, Taron Egerton proved to have some serious singing talent when he took on the role of a gorilla named Johnny in the animated feature Sing. Now, while I'm not fully sure whether or not that helped get him the part of Elton John, it damn sure wouldn't have hurt with his inspired rendition of John's hit single, I'm Still Standing, in the animated musical. And here, Egerton is quite astonishing as the singer looking for love. With all the insane costume changes and wild accessories, the actor brings a sense of playfulness, heartache, and humanity to his performance. And as huge of a star as Elton became, it appears that there was always a child looking for acceptance. Taron manages to bring all of that and more to his inspired work. And considering he takes on the vocals himself, he shines in his own on like every level. Another standout is Jamie Bell as Bernie Taupin. And yes, he sings too. The friendship between both Elton and Bernie is absolutely beautiful, considering the number of hit songs they shared and the friendship that is tested time and again. It's incredible that they've managed to remain so close while having, wholly different lives. The two actors work so well that you fully believe that these two made history together. Even while Elton was being, mistreated by his lover and manager, John Reed, he was there for his best friend. And the writer's presence remained with Elton even when the number of, other influences that crossed him nearly curtailed the megastar's career. Taupin was always there. In fact, in many ways, Bell is the heart of this story, and his work here is, dare I say, just as impressive as Egerton. Yeah. Instead of just crafting a straightforward musical biography, Dexter Fletcher brings a artful fantasy to the proceedings, and frankly, it works quite well with the musical numbers. One sequence finds Elton diving into a pool and getting a little help from a special guest playing at the bottom of the deep end for Rocketman. Another finds the singer playing his first show at the world-famous Troubadour in Los Angeles, where his music manages to make the singer and audience defy gravity. Yet the fantastical elements only add to the story without becoming distracting. And with a script by Lee Hall, Fletcher really creates a dreamlike world that still manages to pull the viewer back down to earth when necessary. Even the opening sequence hilariously finds a way to bring this wild world of Elton's to a grinding halt in a kind of humorous way. Rocketman is a wild and wonderful film. With an R rating, of course, for drugs, sex, and language, the story of Elton John is a joy of an experience. Taron Egerton is outstanding in the leading role, and what a singing voice he has. Man. The actor brings real passion and energy to his performance, as well as the engaging soundtrack. And frankly, The way the songs are arranged, giving, other characters the chance to speak through his music, was a creative choice that really works well. The rest of the performances are all quite good in addition, especially Bryce Dallas Howard, Richard Madden, and both Matthew, is it Ilsley? And Kit Connor, who play Elton at different ages. Yet it's Jamie Bell's, again, sympathetic friend that may be the heart and soul of this fine feature. While the musical aspect of this may turn some off, because I know not everyone out there is an Elton John fan. I mean, myself, I'm a low-key fan. I'm not a diehard, but anyway. So yeah, while the musical aspect of this may turn some off, it's nearly impossible not to fall for the amazing tunes and the stellar performances. This is one musical adventure that really shoots for the stars and succeeds on nearly every single level. Therefore, I give Rocketman 9 out of 10. Hands down. And with that being said, folks, we come to the end of another awesome Punisher Comics movie review. A rather lengthy one today. But all in all, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give her a thumbs up. If you didn't, give her a thumbs down. And if you enjoy movie reviews like this one, well, be my guest and take a look at some of the other movie reviews I've done so far. As well, while taking a look around the channel, make sure to comment on any video you like, because I love reading them as well as answering them. And also, while looking around, make sure to like or dislike any video you watch. Yes, I did say dislike, because let's face it, folks, no one's perfect, right? And then, when all is said and done, before leaving, make sure to click that subscribe button. Alrighty? So that's it for me, but I'll see you guys in the next one. So, till next time, folks, I'm Punisher Comics, and I am out.